if anyone's asking, I made two different videos for UrinatingTree doing these digital tank bowl special videos for the Dolphins. Okay, the first one I got lazy, I didn't upload it, and I didn't think the Dolphins would win until they faced the Bengals, so that's why. But then they win against the Jets, and yeah. So here's the first video, hope you enjoy. So, oh wow, for UrinatingTree to make a special video on the Redskins Dolphins game, oh wow, they must have done something special besides either do the tank bowl of a regular tank bowl. So let's see what he has, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything good to say. I dread the day that he makes video on the Dolphins, like a full video on Dolphins. Basically a low-cow video of the Dolphins. Let's see what happens. And getting the video up and ready. In 3, 2, 1, and play.
The football field is one of destinies unfolding. A typically sunny Sunday morning in Miami to many, but for two franchises it would be a watershed moment. To the general public, all they would see are two moribund teams seeking their first win of the season. But to the wise, they see a far more important battle for Tua Tagovailoa, one of the top quarterback prospects in next year's NFL draft. Selecting him has the chance to change the fortunes and futures of many that are on his side. The fight for the first overall pick is one of struggles and sacrifice. Perhaps it's dignity, perhaps it's current assets, maybe both. But for those chosen few, this is no ordinary tank bowl. This is a super tank bowl.
Oh God! Oh God!
The Washington Redskins. The franchise's only relevance is in publicly flogging their owner for the good of the world. With an 0-5 start despite an easy schedule, it has been an incredibly disappointing season for those that fancy themselves as good. In a desperation attempt at saving their season, they fired their token puppet and Jay Gruden for an older token puppet. Everything they touch dies. Free agent signings, first-round quarterbacks, respectability, everything. Hail to the Redskins. Today's opponent, the Miami Dolphins.
Ouch.
On the contrary to Washington, they have fully embraced the tank. They are a liquidation sale in disguise as a football team. Their incredible awfulness is one we haven't seen since the expansion Buccaneers. No matter how much Brian Flores wants to proclaim that the team isn't tanking, he only brings reference to Baghdad Bob.
Come on!
Any schmuck with a microphone can see that they are an affront to football, but this is their big test to earn a prized Tua. A game for the ages in a perfect location. The unassuming mediocrity of Hard Rock Stadium. The privileged fans in attendance gripping with anticipation. Quarter number 1 would be full of action for the punters. 3 and outs were commonplace. The trenches had stalled. No progress was being made. Who would blink first against the tank? It would be the Redskins. Old-ass Adrian Peterson speeding around the try-hard Miami defenders like a South Beach tourist trap. A throwback to a time once respected as an elite running back. Same goes for Case Keenum. A beautiful spiral delivered to the emerging Terry McLaurin. The cornerback so impressed by his route he trips over in awe. Their offense may have been witnessing such a feat as well. Despite the relentless swarm of the Redskins' defense, they advanced the ball with magic. It is here a reality is proven. Josh Rosen committed terrible crimes in a past life. He is punished by having no offensive line whatsoever. The defense responds in kind with grand theft football. After more stalling, the Dolphins proved their confidence in Rosen by running a draw play on a 3rd and 11. It would lead to a rare sight in Miami. The Dolphins scoring points. With the Redskins leading 7-3 at halftime, it wasn't just a tank-off. It was an epic fight to the bottom. Another beautiful spiral to Terry McLaurin would emphasize this. Washington was winning the game, but Miami, they were thinking ahead. A crucial victory in the draft seeding was in their grasp. Josh Rosen and the offense were eternally cursed. The Redskins were charging as if they saw General Custer and his army of Dolphins in an open plain. Instead of attacking, though, they dropped the ball and settled for a field goal. The Hogs even then keep up the pace and have a chance to put up 20 whole points. They miss this opportunity wide. Even then, their hollow win is safe. Washington leads by 14 going into the fourth quarter.
Teams tank doesn't mean the players are willing to tank for them.
Brian Flores
They'll do their best for their careers.
He wants his first career win. He does not care for tanks. He preferred medieval warfare. Ancient warriors would be summoned in the form of Fitzception. Josh Rosen's failure to move an inch will no longer be tolerated. Starting the remainder of the season was void after 3 quarters. To the uninitiated, Ryan Fitzpatrick is only good for one thing: ending any ambitions of tanking. His first drive would lead to a Dolphin touchdown. This would be the team's first points in the second half all season. You may laugh and cry at the same time. Now only down by 7, the quest for the tank is getting serious for both teams. The offensive drive stalling out at a rate only seen by the deadest of football eras. With 2 minutes left in the game, all Miami had to do was fail enough to turn over on downs. Then and only then would the true prize be theirs. Foolishly, they were intent on destroying their own tank. It's the worst feeling as a fan, watching your team, bit by bit, push forwards for a touchdown when it will do nothing for their season. All you can hope for is to pray for a massive faux pas to force a loss.
Met that actually
will have to be in these final 10 seconds.
No! Fitzpatrick throws! Touchdown! Devontae Parker!
The unfathomable horror. The Dolphins scored a touchdown. The tank would be ruined. Even worse, Miami wanted to go for 2 and end the game. All their fans could do was pray.
Matchups at the bottom of the screen. Preston Williams, Josh Norman.
Quick to Drake, he dropped it.
Who the hell calls a screen pass on a 2-point conversion? Even if he caught it, it was going to be sniffed out by the defense. Excuse me. Perhaps it was Kenyon Drake doing his part for Tua before he's inevitably traded for a 5th-round pick. But thanks to his efforts, Miami has passed their first true test. They have won the Tank Bowl. The prize of Tua is closer despite all efforts of self-sabotage. Maybe that play call was to ensure the true triumph, but all we know is that all Tank Bowls should be like this. It was ugly. It was disorganized. It was the greatest game.
Quick to Drake, he dropped it. They wanted a quick throw, and Drake was going to run it in.
Oh, God. I mean, with the Marlins is understandable. I mean, with Derek Jeter, he wants to build a future, and no one cares. No one cares. But here, oh my God, no! Now I just want Bengals to win one game, so the Dolphins are really trying to screw themselves over. They can at least win one game, and I don't care. But not 0-16. Look at the Lions. Look at the Browns. Lions haven't done much. Browns may have something, but they're going 2 steps back right now instead of 1 step forward more. So excuse me if I don't believe in this freaking tank. Oh, no! You assume Tua will be all-star. Brady was in the first round, and he's the exception. But and right now we have what, Mahomes from the Chiefs getting a knee injury. I mean, sure, it doesn't look bad, but I've seen players go back from injuries and they only get coming back from injury once again get injured again. Once it happens, it doesn't stop. At least not for a while. And you assume that Tua, with a no offensive line, can make stuff happen. I could be wrong. I will punch myself in the face if that were to happen. But oh my. That was a punch to the cojones if I ever felt it before. Thank you for watching. My name is Stephen Wolf. See you next time. Alright, for the second video, yeah, I recorded this, and this is basically what's gonna be, so... enjoy the greatest game. Jets versus Dolphins. Oh boy. Okay, time for UrinatingTree's part 2 of Jets and Dolphins Tank Ball! Or Super Tank Ball, I don't know what he's going to say, but he's calling this the greatest game part 2. So let's see what he got. And about 3, 2, 1, and...
The Tank Bowl is a special event that deserves to be seen by all in the football world. Little do people care for these masterpieces of trash. Empty seats and apathy litter the stadiums during these clashes for the top pick. But you can help. The resale market is booming with cheap tickets to these incredible games, and the power of SeatGeek can help you maximize your comedy potential. The many tickets people are desperately trying to give away are aggregated to help you get the best value. Unlike the teams on the field, it executes flawlessly. Sorting all tickets from red to green on a 1 to 100 scale, a sneak peek from where you'll be sitting, fully secured and NFL certified tickets, the ability to be scanned into the game from the app. If you're a newbie, use the code word TREE in the link below to save $20 off your first purchase. These tank bulls need to be appreciated. Their legacies must not be forgotten. Help these poor souls out with a one-way ticket to SeatGeek.
This is different.
Hey, can I talk to you guys for a moment?
Okay, I guess we can take a second to talk with a struggling lineman.
My shoulder's been really hurting for a while now, and I think it may be serious.
What's your point?
Can the doctors have a look at it and see if anything's wrong?
What are we, a charity? Fine, we'll have someone look at you.
Wow.
Chelsea, how are you, chum? I'm okay. Open wide. He's fine, good to play football. What? You didn't even look. Hey, buddy, they don't pay me to be thorough, they pay me to get results.
Exactly, you're okay. Get your ass back on the field.
You guys are idiots. Enough of this jetsing of theater. You know what you're here for. A legitimate matchup between two bottom feeders of the NFL and the relentless fight for Tua. Or Joe Burrow, depending on what you fancy. A classic old-fashioned tank bowl.
Yeah! No! No!
The Miami Dolphins have been in this situation several times this year. Previously, they nearly destroyed their own carefully deconstructed tank by scoring 13 unanswered points, but were saved by ineptitude on the two-point conversion. The guy who dropped that pass was rewarded by being traded to a slightly less shitty team for a mid-round pick. Their newest challenger, the New York Jets. A team that was expecting to at least be below average has been revealed to be one of the biggest disasters this side of landing in the Hudson.
Wow.
There is no Sully to save the plane this time, however. They are a truly terrible franchise. An offseason of chaos and hilarity has been amplified by negligence, injuries, and a quarterback slowly turning into a meme.
And a bad coach.
Key players like Jamal Adams and Le'Veon Bell linked to rumors of being shipped off at the deadline just because. This is what the Jets do to players. Mark Sanchez can attest to such torture. Just like the last Tank Bowl, this affair is taking place at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. It doesn't have the aura of the Super Tank Bowl, but it is still a game worthy of celebration. The race for the bottom never takes a day off. Adam Gase desperately needs to prove that he isn't the newest meme of a head coach. An opening touchdown for the Jets would help such thinking. Barely. They fail to realize an old friend will continue to hurt their chances at avoiding humiliation. Fitzception. He's good at destroying the ambitions of the Jets, no matter how false they can be. With the terrible secondary that the Jets have displayed, wouldn't you? Perhaps we have underestimated how god-awful the butt fumble has been this season. For as blatant as the Dolphins have been tanking, teams like the Bungles and Jets have been assembling their tanks in the shadows, inadvertently destroying their foolishly hopeful seasons by means of their own incompetence. Look at what they did this offseason. Gave a lame duck GM the keys to a crucial stretch, threw a shitload of money around at big free agents, and then fired him after the draft. They gave power to Adam Gase, the former Dolphins coach who had been coasting on his coattail riding of Peyton Manning for the past 5 years. Joe Douglas was kidnapped from his home in Philly and is crying himself to sleep every night. Look at this shit. Sam Darnold, what the fuck is this? What is this throw? You have guaranteed points. Just take the sack. He's turning into more and more of a joke with every passing week. His confidence is shot. Even in the throws he's making, he looks awful. His footwork is shit. His reads are shit. His decision-making is skittish. What the hell is Adam Gase doing? Wasn't he supposed to be this QB mastermind? Who knew that doing nothing for years would prove that wrong? Now Miami can rack up the score.
to give New York a safety. Even for the butt fumbling, the Dolphins continue to give us good comedy. With the ball back, the Jets managed to do something and kick a field goal. They could have had 7, they get 5. Progress before halftime? I went to an independent doctor for a second opinion. They said there's a serious issue and I need surgery.
What did we tell you about going outside the organization?
You told me nothing. They've examined me and say that there's an issue.
Are you fucking kidding?
No, of course not.
We had our doctors give you an intensive physical and said that everything was fine.
You call that an examination? You sent blank MRIs to the doctors.
Yeah, well, mistakes happen. You can deal with it or be fined for every week you miss.
What?
You heard what I said. You don't have a problem. Now, if you don't get back on the field, you're not getting paid.
This is ridiculous.
Okay, fine, we'll compromise. We'll put you as doubtful for next week's game.
Doubtful? I'm getting surgery on it soon.
That's an unexcused absence.
Seriously?
Our doctors graduated from Long Island Community College. They're the best we can get. If they think you're fine, you're fine.
Fuck this.
That's a fine.
The second half would bring us to a deep grind for the tank. A battle of field goals will commence, except for this one which was pushed wide. The offenses would fall victim to the void. A tank ball we were expecting just a tad late. With gains as non-existent as those of the Magic the Gathering convention.
Wow.
Even for their failure, the Jets were only down by 9 with Sam Darnold has become Jay Cutler. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. Look at him just stand there as the Dolphins nearly get 6. The butt fumble is consuming him. Someone save him before he's forced to clipboard land. It's at this point where an
Wow.
inevitability is hitting us in the
That
face.
bad.
The Dolphins are destroying the tank they sold off to make as bad as possible. Winning a meaningless football game is the worst thing that they could do. They'll think Fitzception is the answer and give him another extension to suck in a year's time. He got his revenge, Jets. Are you proud? How do you sleep at night? You just lost to the Dolphins. You lost to the Dolphins. You just lost to the Dolphins! Even when you try to pad the stats, you fail. Jesus Christ, the Jets are an abortion of a franchise. Not living down a game, this team hasn't been able to get past the fucking butt fumble. It's been their identity, and it's confirmed by this atrocious performance. It doesn't matter what they do or
That's
who they
saying
throw money
something
at, they
since
will
it took
continue
about
to
a
be
year
trash.
for it to stop
No,
being
I'm
the
not surprised
top
Adam Gase isn't embarrassed by
non-bad-
this showing. He's a living
great
embarrassment
plays
as a
on
coach.
ESPN
I want to
top
see how
10.
his interview went. Did Gase do the googly-eyed thing and the Johnsons think it was the next evolution of coaching genius? This whole organization is a fucking meme. You have to be when you lose to a team deliberately trying to suck. I would love to be at the Giants-Jets game coming up. It's going to be an entire universe of shit trapped in a stadium that should be sucked into a black hole. Any fans actively cheering for either team should be involuntarily committed for Stockholm Syndrome. That is all.
So, Kalechi, have you learned your lesson about being too paranoid?
I need to talk to you.
You got the damn surgery, didn't you? You went over the team.
The operation was a complete success, but the damage to his shoulder was far more severe than we first anticipated.
Yeah, sounds like bullshit, but go on.
Any more football done to it and his career may have been jeopardized. You sure you thought he was okay?
Look, we have real players to deal with here. We have a team that's terrible and a quarterback that sees the dead. God forbid we make a minor clerical error.
Minor clerical error?
I'm gonna take this to the NFLPA. Your negligence has given me a nice case against your bullshit.
Alright, that's it. We've been more than reasonable in catering to your whining and entitlement. You're finished here, Kalechi. Get out of this office!
Wow. Wow. People say the Dolphins stunk or suck, but this is a whole new level of stunk and suck. I mean, the Jets. If the I usually don't read on personal off-field antics and all that stuff, but if that's true, wow. Ugh. All right then. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we get another Super Tank Bowl by the time Bengals at least wins one game and face the Dolphins on week 16 or 17, I don't know. And we can actually have another Super Tank Bowl on the horizon. Oh boy. Thank you very much. Have a nice night or morning or whatever you see this video. See ya.